Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Tuesday, the 12th of May. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, and transfer it to your own charts. And I'm not here to shoot trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at ctmcrypto.substack.com. It's published on YouTube after a delay of 3 days. All right, great. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, which obviously is holding above the weekly middle band here, although we've not seen those breaks above on Solana or Ethereum yet. In terms of the daily chart, kind of looks like we got a sell signal here, but it isn't because we didn't quite retest this high here, as you can see on the hourly chart, where you can see we've made a lower high. Now, in terms of where we are here, this is a bear flag channel. It's not the first bear flag. It is the second bear flag, but it is. This often happens with bear flags. They take longer and they evolve into large patterns. So this is a very nice looking bear flag. Would I like to see a retest this high here at 82.8k? Yes. Do we have to? No. In terms of the channel here, we're going to top out in all probability, and we are going to move down. Does it need to be a double top here? No, and actually it probably wouldn't be the main pattern anyway here if it was, because it would only set up a small double top. What I'm thinking might happen here is, and I'm just going to draw that in quickly, is that we will very possibly set up a larger double top, but the other alternative is that we set up a head and shoulder pattern. And we've got a couple of good options here. That would make a nice head and shoulder neckline. And so with that, I'm thinking if we set that up, then we've got the kind of topping pattern here that can get us back most of the way to the obvious bear flag target, which would be a retest of 60.1k. All right, let's have a look at Solana. Now, Solana is testing the weekly middle band, and that is on obviously a big resistance level. In terms of the daily chart, no current divergence, but if we retest the high, then that could give us a little double top, but it would also give us a possible daily RSI 5 and RSI 14 negative divergence to get sell signals brewing there. Is that possible on Bitcoin? Yes, it is. We could go back and retest that high directly from here, and we could set up a possible RSI 5 sell signal brewing. In terms of the hourly chart, we've actually got an RSI 14 sell signal fixed on the hourly chart here. I've got a nice looking wedge here, and I'd quite like to see the resistance level hit, and I've got that resistance level at about 100. Does it need to be hit? No. Do we have a higher high and a potential wedge here? Yes, it's just not as nice a trend line as this one we would hit here, which would be generally a higher probability trend line. In terms of the flag here, I've marked that in. Do we have? I don't see an obvious alternative at the current high, but we don't have to have one. Sometimes resistance levels on bear flag wedges only get only get 2 touches. Here, am I seeing an obvious decent option here, high quality option here? No. Might this be good enough? Yes. But yesterday I was looking at a 5-minute sell signal here, intraday from this high here. That has obviously made target, and the 60-minute sell signal is now fixed. We may well go a bit lower, and I'm wondering if we might do that on equities too. All right, looking at Ethereum. Ethereum has spent 4 weeks testing the weekly middle band and is failing there at the moment. We are significantly below it. We are also slightly below the daily middle band at the moment, but above the 50-day MA. We're getting, the bands are very compressed because obviously this has been looking pretty boring for quite a while here. So we will see how that goes. But I'm looking for a topping pattern here too. Do we have one? No. I was hoping to see a retest of this high here and set up a little level top from there. Do we have other options there for tops? Yeah, we do. And again, we've got another looking, it's not quite as nice as the Bitcoin one, but it's a pretty decent, solid looking bear flag channel. The other reason it's not as nice is because we've only got these 2 touches at the beginning. We haven't seen a move to it since, and then we had 2 consecutive touches of the channel resistance without an intervening touch of channel support. This just makes it lower quality. Does it invalidate it? Not in the slightest. A channel is a channel. Two hits on each side, and you got a channel. So do we have possible head and shoulder options here? Yeah, we do. That would be the main one. Here in the 2715 area, and that would be a decent one. So we will see whether we see a bounce from there and form a right shoulder, but we may well see a retest this high here at 24.46.49, and I would like to see that. But what I was meaning to say here was, just looking at Solana, obviously the IHS has made targets, so I'm going to mark that in. That made target yesterday, so each target, that was really slow and very uncertain looking. But we reached the target on it, so that is now signed off. We have no remaining upside targets. So, but the other thing I wanted to say here was, is this, I would like to see this go higher. I would like to see some high retests. Do we have to see those? No. Is there a decent chance we will see those? Yes. But really, as with equities, I think we've reached a point where we could fail any time. And I would not be surprised to see it fail any time, and I would just be a bit disappointed that we didn't reach these slightly higher targets. Is there anything compromising this overall bear flag view? Which I have to say doesn't play out. Nothing ever has to play out in the markets. But nonetheless, this is a nice bear flag setup, and we finally even had a nice looking pattern on Ethereum joining the party. This is a very nice bear flag setup that's taken 3.5 months to set up on all of these, and the obvious targets are the retests of the prior lows, which are 60.1k on Bitcoin and 67.65 on Solana, and 1746.93 on on Ethereum. And currently I'm seeing no reason to think that we aren't going to be back testing those targets within weeks. So we shall see. All right, great. In that case, no questions. I think that's a wrap. Everyone take care, and I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Cheers.